Alright, welcome to my first spoiler talk. This is spoiler talk for Jurassic World. You were one of the few people that contributed to Jurassic World making a shit-tillion dollars this weekend and helping it break box office records. Good for you. Now, for those of you that don't know, the whole point of a spoiler video is to go into more detail about the film, specific scenes that, might be spoilerish, that might give away some key plot points of the movie, and that's what I'm here for. I'm going to back up my claims further from my Jurassic World review and kind of talk about them more with specific scenes that were kind of plot related in Jurassic World. So if you have not seen Jurassic World and you don't want to be spoiled, then you shouldn't watch this video. If you have seen it and welcome. So like I said in my review, the movie's kind of, cheesy. It starts off complete cheese. The first scene of the movie is just a dinosaur hatching from his egg, and then you fast forward to these two kids, going to Jurassic World. They're getting ready to leave, and it's like, they're throwing snowballs at each other, and they're like saying all these stupid lines, and the older brother's just like with his girlfriend. She's like, when are you gonna call me? Text me a picture of you every day, so that I know that you love me. That's why I was saying the dialogue was like Padme and Anakin in the Star Wars prequels, because it is. I sat there in the theater, I was like, this better not be what I'm in for the whole movie. There was some more of it, but for the most part, no. And then the kids go to Jurassic World, and like I said, the scope is huge. It's humongous. They could just do this huge pan of Jurassic World, and you're just like, that is a place I want to go. It's pretty much Six Flags on steroids, minus the roller coasters. Instead, you get dinosaurs, because that's what we're here for. So this is pretty much where the plot is starting to take shape. It's 22 years after Jurassic Park. It's now a full functional amusement park named Jurassic World, the way John Hammond envisioned it in one of the Jurassic Park movies. I forget which one. And these two kids go to Jurassic World because their Aunt Claire works there. She's the park operations manager, but she's too busy to, hang out with them because she's trying to, recruit business owners to invest in the park. So for the past few years, attendance has, declined, so she needs investors to step up and, invest in dinosaurs, bigger attractions to get attendance sparked up again. So the company InGen has created this new, specifically modified dinosaur, the Indominus Rex, or as I've been known to call it in my review, the Shit My Pantsosaurus. They created this using the DNA of several predatory dinosaurs, as well as like cuttlefish and tree frogs, which you kind of saw coming. It's kind of, the predictability part of the movie. You're just like, if this dinosaur is genetically created, it's like, it has to be. All the other ones are, right? I mean, they're all clones. They were in the original Jurassic Park. So I say when the movie gets too predictable, you can guess what's going to happen, you can guess what happened in the past, and all that kind of stuff. Especially with Dr. Henry Wu, the park's chief geneticist. He keeps the exact mixture of DNA a secret. So you can already guess that this guy is going to be shady, and it turns out he is shady, and he sucks. So the first half hour of the movie is already predictable. So then Simon Masrani enters the picture. Simon Masrani, who is played by Irfan Khan, he's the park's owner. He orders Owen Brady, who is Chris Pratt, he's a velociraptor trainer and expert, to inspect the exhibit of the Indominus Rex before the exhibit opens for the park. So Bryce Dallas Howard goes with them. She and Chris Pratt, kind of like bitch about each other's past. Apparently these two had a past relationship, of course, because, two characters like this would have a past relationship. So they bitch about that. He bitches to her that, she's controlling nature. He has to be the one to tell her that the Indominus Rex is very dangerous because it hasn't been socialized to other dinosaurs. Shouldn't she know that? Seriously, she's the park operations manager. This is something that I said in my review too, where the characters in most of the Jurassic Park sequels lack common sense. Bryce Dallas Howard's character lacks common sense. But it's 2 hours later, when the movie ends, that she is still running in high heels. Lacking common sense. Why would you run in high heels? Especially for a 2-hour movie, you're in high heels for 2 hours. Seriously, you're running from dinosaurs. Why are you in high heels? Enter Vincent D'Onofrio, because, you can obviously tell from the second this guy comes on screen, he's going to be the main antagonist of the movie. He wants to use the raptors that Chris Pratt is training. He wants to weaponize them and use them for military use, but Chris Pratt's like, no, because you're not their alpha. I know how to tame them. You don't. So then we go back to him and Claire, who Claire is Bryce Dallas Howard. for those of you that don't know, yeah, it goes back to him. They find out that the I-Rex has seemingly, scaled the wall. They see claw marks, so they think the I-Rex is loose in the park, so they have to shut down the park. But not before Chris Pratt and two other idiots again lack common sense and enter the I-Rex's playpen, and, the I-Rex didn't escape. It tricked them. And now the other idiots are, being attacked. So those two dummies die, but not Chris Pratt, because Chris Pratt's the star, and now the T-Rex, or the Indominus Rex, not the T-Rex, is loose in the park, and it's causing all this havoc. They're going after it. The two kids that, the most annoying kids in the world, kids in a movie make a movie, bring it down a little. They're in this cool thing called a gyrosphere. I wish Six Flags New England would get a gyrosphere. I was pissed when they didn't do that 4D Batman ride. Come on, at least give me a gyrosphere now. They're in it. This is another point where they lack common sense. They're like, park's closing, and the older brother's like, no, we can go off for another ride. I'm just like, no, you stupid idiot. There's a motherfucking dinosaur out there trying to kill you. That's pretty much what it is for the whole movie, and they go chasing it, and then Vincent D'Onofrio's character's like, well, why don't we use the raptors to, chase this thing down? And Chris Pratt reluctantly agrees, but it turns out that, the Indominus Rex is part raptor, so he can communicate with the raptors, and the raptors turn on the humans. And then we get the end. The end is the best part of the movie, and I know you want me to talk about that. You're just like, is there a cool dinosaur fight? Well, I'm getting there. This is it. So the Indominus Rex is just destroying everything in sight. Like, Jurassic World's now like a barren wasteland. Every shit got destroyed. So Bryce Dallas Howard just takes a flare and she goes to this big den and she unlocks the door and out comes Reptar. Yeah, that's a Rugrats reference. I'm calling T-Rex Reptar because that's what Reptar is. He's a T-Rex. So now we're gonna have this huge-ass fight between Reptar and the Shit-My-Pantsasaurus and a couple of the raptors. The raptors come back, Chris Pratt ends up, taming them, and they end up fighting, the I-Rex with the T-Rex. One of the raptors jumps on the I-Rex's back, and he's just, biting him and, trying to tear his skin off. The T-Rex is going at it with the I-Rex, but the I-Rex manages to shake the raptor off, and he's beaten. That poor Reptar took a beating. It looks like Reptar is dead. He took a beating. He's just down for the count, and the I-Rex is just doing this. I know that's a bad dinosaur roar, but that's what he was doing. And you just see another raptor come out, and he's just looking at the I-Rex. He's like, what's up, bud? Think you're so tough? Let's duke it out. So he jumps on the back of the Indominus Rex and he starts tearing at his flesh again, and then Reptar gets up and they start fighting. He and the raptor push it towards the water, and at that point you're just like, I know what's gonna happen. So they're pushing it towards the water. The T-Rex is, beating the crap out of the I-Rex, and the raptor's still on his back, and they're pushing it towards the water, and they knock it down, and then out of the water comes that, that water dinosaur from the trailers that we saw. Yeah, that huge beast comes out, and, the I-Rex is already knocked out, and it just, it eats the I-Rex. Just comes out of the water, eats it, just bites the I-Rex, and pulls it into the water with him, and then it eats it, and you're just like, yeah! Fuck you, I-Rex! The only thing this end fight was missing was Godzilla. I swear to God, Godzilla showed up. That would have been... Holy shit, that would have been awesome. I would have just loved to have seen Godzilla, maybe if Reptar went down for the count, and, then Godzilla came in, and he just gave out that roar. And then, you saw his radiation fire breath, and he just did what he did to the Muto monster in the new Godzilla movie. He just used this radiation fire, just held the I-Rex's mouth open like, just breathed his radiation fire in there and claimed the I-Rex's head as a trophy. That would have been awesome. It didn't happen, but the end fight of this movie was still pretty badass. So that concludes my spoiler talk. The movie it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible, It was an entertaining summer blockbuster romp, It was a good popcorn flick. I mean, if it was on TV, I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch Jurassic World. I'm not gonna go out and buy it on Blu-ray right away. I mean, I have the box set of the other three. I wish the sequels didn't come with it, but... So, I mean, yeah, eventually I'm gonna pick this one up, just to complete the series. But it is entertaining, it is fun to watch. The end was definitely what I was looking for a Jurassic Park movie, even though I said, it shouldn't be a monster movie. Because it was a monster movie, it was satisfying. Alright, so I'm going to sign off, going to go get my tickets for Comic-Con, and then watch Season 1 of Sons of Anarchy. So I'll see you guys probably when I review Batman Arkham Knight, so we'll see you then.